right? And every time he comes on webcam, it's like he's slowly turning more and more insane.
That's not true. I'm just turning more and more into a bed.
You like start to slouch a little bit further every single time.
I'm actually got good posture right now. I'm straight up.
Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't mean it. Sorry,
I don't know what
Dad.
you're talking about. It's the hair. I wet my hair between last game and this game, so my hair looked really good coming out of last game. But I have super curly hair, and my hair dried, and then all of a sudden it just kind of poofs up like this if I don't put anything into it. And then I look like, maybe I should be on the streets of New York City instead of living in a building in New York City. So it just kind of ends up that way. But this matchup is for basically positioning who you're going to play, whether it's RNG or Vici. So I guess it's who wants to win. There it is. We talked about the Oracle. I remember that. Wasn't sleeping during the draft. Oracle was talked about second phase ban in the previous series. And now Mo, after talking about it, saying that it doesn't find much playtime here in the Chinese region.
No.
Second pick.
I said it should be picked more. I said I thought they undervalued it.
I disagree.
Go to bed, actually. That's it. I've had enough.
See, I'm just a bed. I could just lay back right here.
I also find it really interesting that we just watched EHOME play last series, and we talked about how nobody was taking priority over this Tiny. They come into this series against Magma, and they just first pick Tiny. Like, it's completely different opening from them. So yeah, that's nice to see. I do love this Oracle pick, though. I think this series is really strong, especially against the SAPPHIRE Void opening.
Yeah, the Oracle. You know what I'm thinking for Magma? Right when I see that Oracle, at least recent. Okay, never mind. It was the Night Stalker. It was the Night Stalker. I was gonna say they should pick the Night Stalker, but obviously
you didn't say it before they banned it. So.
Oh my god! You could tell by the words that I was saying that I was alluding to it. Come on, man.
I mean, you could have literally said any hero at the end of that sentence.
That's just not true. I mean, it is true, but at the same time, it's just not true. Come on. Kidding me right now?
I mean, so Oracle's going to be the 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 99% of the time. Sometimes it gets played as a 4, but not really. Tiny can flex between 2 and 4.
He can also just flex.
What, sorry?
Nothing. Go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
For
my poor jokes. I'm not just... How long are you going to keep up this charade? I'm not being rude. I swear. At least it's not on purpose. I promise.
You guys in Twitch chat should hear the profanity that B-Cup shouts at me in between casts. He literally...
You put that out in the ether right now?
He gets his notepad out and he goes through the list of all the things I did wrong in the cast. It's actually... He's so difficult to work with. Unreal.
My God. I can already see it now. VP Esports, is B-Cop a villain? Like, jeez.
Click here to find out more.
Cybersport, B-Cop, mean to co-casters? I'm actually super friendly. I'm just like, hey, Mo, you did a great job. I cast like garbage, though, and then Mo always has to cheer me up.
Never.
Oh, my God. You know what? Storm last ban. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it.
I mean, honestly, Storm could be something that Magma looked to pick towards because, we've talked about getting gap close for the Oracle before as being like a really important thing. Because what normally happens is like you want to chrono a big hero and then somebody else goes on the Oracle at the same time. So we'll have to see what kind of hero they look towards. Wisp got completely ignored by both these teams. Yeah. Feels like a very... I mean, obviously, Asta loved that hero, but it feels like the other teams maybe not so much. We've seen it once today.
Is it worth banning like a Queen of Pain or anything?
For what, from EHOME to ban?
Yeah.
Probably not, I don't think. I think they're more likely to ban... What else do I think of when I think of gap close?
Queen of Pain?
I mean, Queen of Pain's one, but maybe like Ember or Void Spirit or something as well potentially could be, one of those heroes. It'd be interesting to see what EHOME pick up with this Oracle as well, because you have that key set of heroes that tend to work better with the the ult.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense.
I said Chen Wo, and then immediately I was just like, Beastmaster, you don't want him to steal the boar.
Here's the
Okay.
Ench, dude. The Ench is coming.
Yeah. If you don't ban both, it's the Ench.
We get to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How exciting.
We talked about it. I think we talked about it like every day, where we're just like, Ench just gets ignored by this region for the most part.
Yeah, obviously
So-
it is picked because of the Beastmaster. Like there's nothing like obviously it's a strong hero in itself as well. I think personally, but like
Yeah.
they see the Beastmaster, they pick
Well,
Ench.
here's my question: if you're Magma, which one would you have preferred? Do you think the Chen or the
Probably the Chen.
Enchantress? You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they provide two, like, obviously they provide similar things in taking the creeps away from the Beastmaster, but do you like the early harassment from the Impetus, or do you like the sustain later on from the Chen and the army that he brings? Like, I don't know. I kind of like the Enchantress too.
The Chinese teams, from what we've watched though so far in this tournament, tend to prefer these like heroes that can support their team fight. I think a lot of the time, like the Ench tends to be more of like this high tempo lineup, which is why I think the EU teams really like it, because if you get ahead on that hero, you can really push for it. But the Chinese teams seem to be a bit more like, I don't think like, relaxed isn't the right word, but a bit more like passive with their build up to the game.
Mhm.
So they go for the Pugner, which is interesting because you're playing against this Ench Dispel against the Decret, but they have really good tower taking potential now in their lineup on EHOME. They've got the
Very
Beastmaster,
fast.
they've got the Pugner as well, but they're lacking like their big damage dealer on EHOME. Ooh,
That's the counter.
That's a good AM pick.
Yep.
But they have AM Void.
Void form.
Or do they play Void 3?
And
And then put like Snapfire 4?
that actually makes a little bit more sense to me. Like, if it was going to be one or the other, I would assume it's TZY.
Yeah, I think they're more likely to build like, I don't know, Medallion Lotus or something on like an offlane Void. I know that's what the Jinkyu's done on the POS 4, but yeah. I mean, the fact that they've had a Void that they were going to nearly always put as position 1, the fact that they've picked this AM shows just quite how good of an AM game it is, that they're willing to sacrifice this Void as the POS 1. It reminds me of the Arc Warden pick we saw yesterday when they put the Wraith King over to 3 on whoever it was it Aster?
XSS, yeah.
It reminds me exactly of that. And now they get to ban 2 heroes that are really good against AM in the in the core-to-core matchup.
I'm definitely thinking of what Magma want to do, because I could see more so TZY being that Void player.
I could see them picking something like Kunkka on Magma last.
Yeah,
Because they need some team fight early game damage potential.
Is it the Storm ban right here?
No, I don't think so.
I said it a couple picks ago. You say that every time I get the last ban right.
They're not going to pick AM, Storm, Void cores. Surely not.
We already saw the greediest game that's
horrendous.
ever happened.
That sounds horrendous. That's more greedy than the game we saw the other day.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
It'll be Void Spirit.
Void Spirit's okay.
It'll be purple core bans. They don't want the purple core. Oh, I was still right. Are you kidding me, Steve Mo? You make me change my answer, and I was right on the ban again. Oh my god, every game. And they picked the Void Spirit. I'm out of here.
Void Spirit.
I'm done.
The Void Spirit's fine. Why would they possibly ever pick Storm this game? I don't understand.
Oh my god. Oh, man.
Oh, they go Auk.
Wow.
Ooh. Dude, that Storm ban makes absolutely no sense to me. Like,
yeah,
obviously
because
it's really
they're listening to me.
No, it's... Production, are you making them ban Storm against their will? Because that's what it seems like to me. Obviously, like, Storm's really good against Oracle, and it's good against Pugner, but it's so greedy. And imagine you're playing this Auk lineup like this, right? Where you want to play tempo, and you ban Storm like that last. Like, that seems so crazy.
God. It's just... Wait... Yeah, Dino said yes.
We need to trigger B cup.
What do you mean? I'm happy that I'm getting these calls right. Oh man, every game I get these calls right. I've been getting a lot of last picks right today too. I'm actually pretty. Sleep deprivation just makes me think like the teams.
So what you're saying is, you should try and gain MMR, Ben, when you're really tired.
Yeah, so I might not just sleep after this. I might just play some Dota.
That's the problem. I always play Dota when I'm feeling awake. Oh, I knew there was something wrong. Oh.
I don't know what you're doing then. It's the wrong way to go about it.
Let's talk about the ALK pick, though, because...
Yeah, because that's crazy coming into this last one.
EHOME are like, get me out this series. Time to run down some towers with my Beastmaster Pugner and my ALK at like 20 minutes into the game when he's got like Radiant's BKB or something. But this AM is going to need a lot of time. And the power spikes of ALK and AM are completely different. So if that AM has a good start to the game, obviously that's going to help massively. But if he falls behind at all, this game's going to be really difficult for them.
Yeah,
because if you look at their lineup, they don't have a huge amount of damage in the early part of the game. They're very reliant on Chrono, Kisses, and the Void Spirit having a good time. And I think if any of those things go wrong at all in any of the early fights, I think EHOME just walk away with it.
Just a note on top of that too. TZY is playing the Snapfire Mians on the Void, so it does end up being that Void 4.
Okay. The same item builders that Zinq went for before as well on the Void, with the Orb of Venom. But we talked about, though, this Void 4 looks really good when you're against these heroes that don't bully as much in the laning stage, like Oracle. And we should also remember they have Oracle ALK here. So the False Promise onto the ALK while he's got the Chemical Rage going, that guy's incredibly difficult to kill.
Always carry salve if you're an Oracle player.
He doesn't need to when his Chemical Rage ALK is regenerating 50 HP a second, which is doubled.
It's a good habit to get into.
Yeah. If you are picking Oracle and pubs guys, yeah, B-Cup is right. Should always carry a salve.
I don't, but, you know.
That's because you don't play Oracle.
I don't play it. Yeah.
If it's not Veno or AA, you're not interested.
That's not true. I play a lot of Rubik. Although I've been playing some offlane recently, and I'm just kind of want to go back to supporting.
I'd love to see B-Cup Rubik. You steal a skill, and you have to read what it does before you use it, because you're not sure.
Oh my god. So I love how the draft started with you telling everybody how I'm the rudest villain ever. And yet I'm just getting roasted the entire time.
Dude, they're putting the Beastmaster mid. This is cool.
Yeah, we haven't seen this in a while.
This is a good matchup against the Void Spirit. They've just picked based on matchups purely, which is obviously the way to go. Like they want to put the Pugner in the lane against the AM instead of the Beastmaster because they want to dodge the Ench, right? So now this bench is like, oh, I can't steal boars anymore. This is real sad.
That's what I was picked here to do.
Yeah, why am I playing this awful hero now? God. Oh, Ench.
Denied.
It's fine. He's fine. He hasn't actually skilled anything yet, too.
Yeah, he's waiting to see what he needs. Like, as soon as he sees this big camp, not big creep. As soon as he sees that the big camps are like not blocked, he's gonna just instantly go for it. I cannot believe they haven't blocked this big camp on the Dire side. You're playing against Ench, right? Oh, Korea.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Is this Pugner dead?
Where are you going?
Oh,
Might be. Toss. XM. Oh, ends up dead.
First blood.
And that's
XM
the core Pugner that's dying.
yeah. I can't remember the last time I just saw XM play any other lane than mid.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long time ago.
Oh, my God. Or if at all. I mean, obviously it happens, but, like, I don't think I've seen it.
I mean, this laning stage is going so poorly already for EHOME. Like, this Void Spirit's doing well mid, AM's just free farming bot lane, like, he's absolutely fine. And this top lane as well, like, they're doing really well at shutting down the Arc's farm and putting this early pressure on. Which is a surprise, considering they're playing a Faceless Void position 4.
What's Oracle doing? Oh, very, very filled inventory on the Oracle of a mango and a fairy fire.
He didn't take
Disposable
purifying.
net worth.
He didn't take purifying flames at level 2.
What?
He took Fate's Edict to try and help with the magic damage burst of the Snapfire.
I get that, but it's the less greedy of the two skills when you can just take Purifying Flames and steal last hits on kills.
Yeah, but they have no kill potential in the lane, right?
True. It's very true.
So what's the point in taking Purifying Flames?
I don't know. Guide reading?
Sure, yeah.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Now the impetus damage is coming out from the Enchantress.
Dude, this Ench is level 3 already.
Yeah. XM, not really happy in this lane. And all of a sudden, Enchantress, look at the damage! James, forced to throw an avalanche onto the Wild Wing.
Oh, how can I get
Really
Salas in it?
close.
Nice. He's got no mana
Oracle
regen
getting
left
low,
on the...
X Nova on the run, and there's the kill for TZY.
Radiant's courier
XM
has
also
been
taking a
killed.
lot of damage over towards bottom. The enchant's just a little bit late.
Where did XM's... Where did AM's courier die there? Oh, I think he got his items, right? Okay, that's fine then. It's not really a big deal.
Invisibility.
Lots of courier deaths so early on here. There's like been at least, I think there's been 4. AM's courier's died twice. In 4 minutes, which is quite impressive.
It feels like couriers just die all the time these days.
Yeah, they do. It's a 1k net worth lead for the Radiant side already.
Invis,
Spot
I just
lanes.
don't think... Does this give kill potential? Yeah, I guess it does.
Yes, yeah, it does.
Avalanche toss with the Nether Blast.
They've hit their level 3 now, like on both these heroes. So there's so much damage that comes through. I think the Tiny was level 2 at the time, but even so. Like Decrypt, Avatos, and the Blast on top is... I don't know how much damage it is exactly, but like this Ench has such a low HP pool that... Yeah. Pretty sad.
Mid lane. Aether Remnant. Locking up Chalice for a second. Chalice now mid. Everybody was always comparing him to Ame after it was Chalice safe lane. Now he's back to the mid lane.
He hits level 6 as well here, so has the Roar available now.
I wonder if he uses that mid or if he's going to go down bottom with that Primal Roar as X Nova dies top.
Dude, Alex hit the jungle 5 minutes into the game. I mean, he's got boots coming out on the courier now, but like... Dude, this Void, you see him already. He's just going to start following him around the jungle.
Chalice is in trouble. Aether Remnant goes to the Primal Roar, but it assimilates there in the Astral Step again. Chalice dead to Kaz and ZC.
I cannot believe how well this laning stage is going, though.
Yeah.
For Magma. They're playing really well. Maybe him a little bit tilted after last series still. Who knows?
Where are you going?
They're playing really well for 9:21 in the morning. Although I think it's almost 10 at night for them.
I was going to say, it's
seriousness.
definitely like 9-ish, 10-ish or so.
9 a.m. for me is like 9 p.m. I think it's a 12-hour difference.
Chalice mid. There's a Void coming in from behind as well.
Time dilation. Chalice in some trouble. Avalanche comes out, but the Dissimulate there to avoid it. ZC, he needs to be careful about how he approaches this, but they've got the Aether Remnant down on James, and the Bash is in. They'll kill off Chalice.
Oh, X-Nova didn't have TP available.
Come on,
Now they've got this
Jump in the
Catapult
mid
wave
lane.
alive in the mid lane still as well, so Edge is going to come over and tag the tower hits with a creep. James is in trouble potentially.
Yeah, he's probably dead here, and will
They're-
fall.
I mean,
Miam with
this
another
game-
kill.
Dire's
This
middle
game's actually just collapsing so quickly.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The lanes just went so well for Magma. And a lot of people were like, I understand that Magma hasn't played well recently, but you need to also understand that Magma is a combination of Blaze and Ocean.
Dire's middle
They're
tower
more
has
like an
fallen.
academy team. It's like, and I'm not saying this is based on player skill or anything, but it's like having, I don't know,
Dire's
how do I
courier
put
has
this
been killed.
in the right way? Hold on, give me a second.
Just say
I'll
it.
think of
Come on, just
something.
say it.
I mean, I was gonna say championship team up in the Premier League, but
Premiere.
Dire's middle
Prem
tower is under
League.
attack.
Premier League.
Premier.
Okay, right. I'll
Radiant
take
are
that.
scanning.
Premier League's fine.
But what's the one under that?
Dire's top tower
Championship?
is under attack.
Under that, I meant.
Oh, League One.
Yeah, it's like taking a League One team and putting them up against the Prem League. And they're,
I think
holding,
that's unfair.
they're holding their own.
Dire's
Yeah, I
structures
think
are
that's unfair. I think
fortified.
I think Kaz especially I've been really impressed with on a lot of the POS 5 plays.
Dire's
Yeah,
top tower is
TZY
under
last
attack.
year was really impressive when he was on Blaze. Or no, when he was on Ocean, sorry.
Dire's
It's such
top
an early
tower
tier 1
has
taking
fallen.
as well, especially on a lineup that's supposed to be playing from behind, right?
And both mid and safe lane.
Dude, this Alchemist is like nothing. He's not even level 6 yet.
Radiant's bottom tower
He's having to
is
buy
under attack.
regen. Alright, cool.
Primal Roar. And Void Spirit, he ends up dead. Mortimer's Kisses, though. X-Nova still dies. Chalice TPing out.
Dire's top tower
What would
is
you
under
make the
attack.
comparison as?
I'd say like Prem level to low Prem level.
You think so?
Yeah. Because it depends how you scale your teams, right?
Uh-huh.
Like across the whole of China, MAGMA is still a really good team.
That's true. So like a Sheffield United against
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
yeah.
I guess
is under
Everton
attack.
at this point. Who would have thought?
All these football references, I hope people in chat are all getting them. Because don't talk about Liverpool or Man United.
Well, it's 7-2 right now,
Radiant's
so
bottom tower is under
Oh,
attack.
too soon. Chalice up in this top lane here. Edge is level 6. Yeah, just
Radiant's
takes over the
bottom
ball.
tower
He's like, hello,
has
Chalice.
fallen.
look at me,
I
I'm
couldn't
the
do-
Beastmaster now.
I couldn't do it in the lane, but I can do it now.
Thanks for leaving mid. Mango tree, broom handle for the alchemist. DK lead at this point, it's like, yeah, you're up against the Alchemist lineup. You're staying towards the top. This feels really good for the side of
Void
Magma. Although Void Spirit assimilate. Astral Step gets onto the high ground. Chalice coming over. He does have Primal
Dire's
Roar.
top tower is under
And
attack.
uses it from a distance on a Yami and immediately gets locked up to the Aether Remnant. He's just able to time walk to the low ground.
They should still get him, right?
Yeah. Fortune Zen. Time walk on cooldown
Yes,
for another
what?
4.
Commend me
And down he goes.
to the void.
Almost.
I'll take
Certainly. It's a kill, but it costs a lot of guys coming down bottom to get that.
leads to riches.
Antimage is getting really close on this Battle Fury. He's had such a start.
You did
He's playing really well. The fact that he's almost there, like 11 minutes into the game, this is so much quicker than we normally see.
Dire's top tower
Kisses,
is under
mid.
attack.
And looking
Oh,
over,
James.
and Life Drain onto the Faceless Void. They get the kill on a James. They lose X-Nova. ZC gets credit for one of those.
And was the Chronosphere used though by the Faceless Void first big one?
Yeah, he had the
that we've
Tome of
seen.
Knowledge at 10, so he was able to hit that 6.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So
under
Alp's going
attack.
Battle Fury as well. Interesting. This, I think I can't. Was it Matumba Mano I was seeing doing this in pubs all the time? I can't remember who it was, but they kept rushing Battle Fury instead of going for this Radiance. And like you look at the Radiant team, that makes much more sense. I think this Radiance
top
feels
tower
like
is
it has
under
no value
attack.
in the game almost. Battle Fury still helps you scale. Like you obviously have the bonus attack time, like on the base attack time. Sorry, on the Chemical Rage as well. So Battle Fury, you know, gives you raw damage. You're gonna hit more with the Chemical Rage. More deeps. And there's the Battle Fury on the AM.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As that Battle Fury, Necro 2 for the Beastmaster.
I mean, we haven't really seen a huge amount from Chalice this game, though.
No, not yet.
They're really struggling to find openings at the moment on EHOME, and they're trying to fight without the ALK as well, right? Which is the big thing, because ALK can't fight at all yet.
Agents of the Void.
They're just not catching ZC. I caught him like once, but other than that.
AM stacking some ancients for himself.
He's
Having
got
a
this
very
Battle
nice time.
Fury.
Dude, Sapphire has Ags at 300 gold.
The gold progression for this team is so good right now.
Even the Void has a decent amount of farm, like the Void and the Enge. No, he's got Medallion coming now as well on the Void. Like, this game feels really good for them. All it takes is like one bad fight against the ALK, though, is the problem. You know, where he comes out of the jungle with like 2 items, starts to fight, they take one good fight, and they push the buildings really quickly with the Beastmaster Pugner. So you do have to be wary still on Magma, even though you're having a really good time at the moment.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And there's the Battle Fury for that ALK. So about 2 minutes behind.
Question is, can he? I mean, I guess the question really isn't can he catch up. It's if he can get ahead by enough.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how much can he catch up, and how much like further can he get ahead? Because he will farm quicker than this AM.
Dire's courier
That's just
has been
Gobble
that's
up,
just the way it
spit
goes.
out. Doesn't land, but right on to XM, who loses his courier. ZC coming over. They'll spot XM. They've got the chrono
Whoa.
down and committed. It's not that bad, right?
No, it's fine, but I don't
They
think
would
they
have had
needed
the
to use
control.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have like the cookie and the snapfire and stuff in case he starts healing and things, right? If he starts TPing, then you can use the chrono if you really need to.
Where are you going?
Astral Stab, Mortimer's
Kisses.
Kisses. Look over at X Nova as well as James. James taking a couple of shots. False promise used by X Nova. James trying to get into the trees, and X Nova actually TPs out. Gobble up,
fine.
spit out, misses, and both of them get
Wow.
away. I'm surprised.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I mean, as soon as they bumped into them, I thought they were both going to die straight away, but yeah, really well played. Alpha ALK has 2,000 gold after finishing that Battle Fury a minute ago.
Dire's courier has been killed.
So the game definitely not over yet. He's all of a sudden 1,000 gold of net worth ahead of the AM.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under
This could
attack.
certainly turn into a major comeback for EHOME.
Raw potentially coming out top here. James is smoked up on below him as well. He thought the AM was going to blink back. Little did they know. Fearless.
I think they caught vision of him.
Yeah, they do.
Well, he blinks back into the lane anyway, so
Yeah, he
really
has the
needs to
counter
run.
spell, right? So
Avalanche, blink, TP. Wow, everybody comes up here and they don't even get him.
But not gone.
a lot of wasted time. Triple C has the Hyperstone now, though, halfway to the AC, so I think you just start pushing these towers here. Where's the... Okay, Pugner's down in bot lane, actually.
We just stayed consistently at 3k, but MAGMA haven't really been able to pull away. They actually haven't even found this ALK. He's got the open space and time now.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, the AM expects to be further behind the ALK at this point in the game, right?
Dire's courier
So the
has been
fact he's
killed.
within kind of touching distance
Radiant's
still,
middle tower
it's still
is under
fine for,
attack.
like, Magma, I think. Because it gets to the point in the game where he has, like, Battle Fury, Manta, Abyssal Skadi, and then I think he feels okay against the ALK,
Dire's
as long as he's
bottom
not,
tower
like,
is
really
under
far
attack.
behind.
Vampire Fangs and Pupil's Gift. Keeps the Pupil's Gift.
Okay. Sure. I mean, Fangs isn't that great of an item, to be honest, in general.
They spot James. Time dilation. Mortimer's kiss is coming through. James on the run. Right clicks from Yam Yan. Kaz gets credit for that kill.
Top lane, though, they see the Alk.
And they need to try and get the control. Nobody here to really help him out except for
Sapphire's coming.
X-Nova. The question is, does the false promise even keep him alive if he's forced to use it? And they don't commit.
I'm telling you, when the false promise gets used on the Alk, it's going to be insane. Like, he's going to survive fights that you feel like he definitely shouldn't be.
Now they're going to bring everybody up. Find the Pugna, XM, he's in trouble. And Chrono on a 2. It's well placed. They just have to have that damage. ZC kind of walked into it. False promise out onto this Pugna. So that leaves the Oracle to get killed off, but they've used the Mana Void to stop the TP of the Pugna. They'll also get the kill with the Gobble Up and the Spit Out afterwards.
Very ambitious TP, but I mean, good attempt, I guess. And exactly, they just head straight into the Roach Pit, like on this Radiant side now. Time to start trying to chip away at the Roach potentially, but okay. Deciding they don't have enough damage, I guess. I guess they aren't dead for too long on the Die side, really. And this Alk still is the strongest hero in the game at the moment. Does he go BKB? Oh.
Avalanche toss onto the Faceless Void. Down he goes, but now how much are you going to give up for this? Kaz fighting Chalice. James on the run. Astral Step. A couple more shots. Gets the kill there onto James. Kaz now has the heal. Chalice is in on this. Impetus shots coming through, and well, this is a real big problem for Chalice, who's trying to juke and jive on it. Aether Remnant, he doesn't have the false promise for 58 seconds, but he has the Purifying Flames to finish off ZC.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, this Ench ball.
The boar. Really messy with SCCC, but they still get the kill.
That's a 4 kill going for X-Nova though, so a nice amount of gold for him. And they're going to actually head into the Roach potentially on EHOME? Maybe? No, okay, Chemical Rage about to end. Yeah, he is going BKB on the Alk as well. I like this. I think it's really strong. They have this potential to just 5-man soon on EHOME.
Wish fulfilled.
Because again, like going into the ultra late game, this AM definitely outcarries the Alk. So it's about making sure they hit a window on EHOME. Still, even though the AM had a good start, before he's ready.
Gotcha.
Almost has the basher already though.
Yeah.
This AM's so farmed.
And he's keeping up for the most part with the Alchemist. Like out goes BKB, but once Anti-Mage goes into this Abyssal Blade, they'll just jump right on.
Yeah, of course, but then at the same time, do they have enough damage on their lineup to kill the Alk? Especially through the false promise of the Oracle.
Top tower is under attack.
It's not...
Not as easy as it seems.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, definitely not easy.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Extra Prestige just going to go to Chemical Rage and start hitting the
is
tower.
under attack.
Oh, it's Crep finding the Blast Avalanche. Toss on a Kaz.
This Void Spirit is
Astral
in.
Step. They've got the Gobble Up and the Spit Out. Now the Sun comes out into the Anti-Mage. Chronosphere with the Mortimer's Kisses. X-Nova survives to the life drain of XM. He false promises himself, though. They go after TZY. They get the kill. The BKB's been popped by SCCC. They go and find ZC.
God.
So 3 dead on Magma, and all of a sudden EHOME have their first net worth lead of the game.
The AM used the counterspell slightly early, so the Alk was able to stun him throughout the whole chrono duration. So even though the Void gets this really nice chrono off, they just don't have any right-click damage to be able to put inside, even though the heroes are caught on the edge of the chrono. And they're just going to head into Roche now. And what did we say, though, early on? If they mess up one fight, or like 2 fights early on where they don't get like good chrono kisses off or anything, the game starts to get really difficult for the Radiant side. So if they weren't as far ahead as they were at the beginning of the game, that would have been a disastrous fight. But they've kind of given themselves some breathing room by the fact their lanes went much better than they potentially should have.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like Magma had a complete control of this game for a lot of it. They've kind of let it go.
Yeah. again,
Kind
for
of. I mean,
Magma,
they very much let
they,
it go.
they kind of let it go, but they still have the strongest hero in the late game. Like, in both drafts, so it's just about getting there.
Invisibility.
Making sure you don't give away too much before.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Chalice has a Shadow Blade. He wants to find a Raw here.
Radiant structures
Void.
are
Roar.
fortified.
On a man, avalanche toss. Void ends up dead.
Radiant's
this is gonna
top
be a
tower
tier 2.
is under attack.
Maybe more. Or they're going to try and potentially force heroes back. Why not,
Radiant's
you know?
top tower has fallen.
Yeah,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm going to start hitting the tier 2
Radiant's
bot, but
top
yeah,
tower
your
is
high
under
ground
attack.
is under siege. Do they have a wave? Yeah, it's a little way away.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, he has Aegis, so he really
Dire's
wants to
bottom
force this,
tower
but
is under attack.
wave coming in, coming in.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah,
is
here you
under
go, backdoor
attack.
gone.
Blast. Right clicks.
I mean, they're trading a tier 2 for a tier 3.
And now Rax.
Has fallen.
Rax are in trouble. They're exposed. Nether Blast coming in. They've got the disarm out onto the Alchemist. Mortimer's kisses.
They have Chrono in 5 seconds. Why are they using the kisses already?
False
now-
Promise is available too, so I don't
They
know
have the
if Chrono will
chemical
do
rage
anything.
again.
Radiant's top barracks
Oh my
has
goodness.
fallen.
Okay, well,
He still hits fast even after the Blow Shredder.
like they're not killing this.
Primal Roar
Yeah,
and ZC just gets blown up, and then through backdoor they finish off the melee racks.
Again, I still don't think this game's like close to being over. Obviously, they have the potential in EHOME to just run down another lane and try again, especially with this Aegis. This AM almost has Abyssal, like, and then when he does, they have ways of killing the Oracle straight away, which is really important this game. It's almost like you have to basically just completely ignore the Alk and go on everybody else first if you're the AM and the rest of the team. Like, you have to just ignore the Alk for the whole duration of the fight. Who almost has his own Abyssal, by the way.
Time is money.
Chalice going Solar Crest.
I'll take that.
Lincoln's for Pugna, as well as Blink Dagger, Glimmer Cape for X Nova, Dust for James.
Nice. Nice dust.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln's on Pugner as well. It's all about protecting the Alk. You remember we talked about the Power Rangers buffs on the Sven yesterday?
Yeah.
It's the same again here.
Radiant's bottom
Lincoln's
tower
up the Alk,
is under
Fox promised
attack.
the Alk, you have the Inner Beast Aura, and then a medallion for the Alk as well. On the Beastmaster. Time to start running up bot lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Aegis is still around for about a
Radiant's
minute
bottom
and a
tower
quarter or
has
so.
fallen.
So they have a decent window here where they can really, potentially get a second set of
Radiant's
racks.
bottom tower is under
We're
attack.
fighting. Finish the game.
Dire's
Straight
middle
up.
tower is under attack.
Abyssal used. They go after Chalice, but they've got the false promise, so that won't work. Tossed into the air. Chronosphere hits onto
What?
2. It's onto the Beastmaster as well as the Tiny, but it hits the Anti-Mage. So Chrono kind of just, loses them the game. Anti-Mage is dead for 74 seconds without buyback. ZC's force. Yeah, GG. Wow.
Radiant's
Damn,
bottom
yeah.
barracks
That
under
is a costly Chrono.
Dire victory.
That might be one of the more comical Chronos I've ever seen. I'm sure Twitch chat's going to have an absolute field day with that one. This is what they wake up, get into Twitch chat and hope to happen in games, because... Yeah. I mean, obviously, if he catches the Alk as well as that AM there, like, it's not as bad, right? But the fact he doesn't catch the Alk is, it's pretty rough.
Yeah. Didn't catch the
I-
Alk, caught the Anti-Mage. Ends the game.
Okay, so one thing I really dislike about this game from Magma is that nobody builds a Spirit Vessel. Right? They're playing against an Alchemist, and I know there's an Oracle in the game as well, and he has ways of taking off Spirit Vessel and whatnot, but I feel like if the Void Spirit goes Vessel,